Hi, welcome back to the Art of Advice, Helpful Hints and Idioms for Everyday Conversations. Part 6. More fun idioms and sayings to spice up your advice. Are you ready for more fun phrases to spice up your advice? Let's get started. What could you say to your friend? Your friend is talking about all the things he will buy. Cars, houses, vacations, because he bought a lottery ticket. Again, he only bought a lottery ticket. What advice could we give him? We could say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. You haven't won yet, right? You just bought a ticket. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Now, don't count your chickens before they hatch means don't assume something will happen before it actually does, because things might not go as planned. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Now it's your turn. Respond to your friend. Your friend who is still single is telling everyone that when he gets married, he will have 5 kids, live in a big house, and travel the world with his family. Can you respond to your friend? Yeah, you could give him the following advice. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. First, you need to find the right person. Again, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Let's look at another situation. Your friend always says, I'm going to study hard for my exam, but you always see him playing video games instead. You might say, actions speak louder than words. If you really want to pass, you need to start studying instead of just talking about it. Actions speak louder than words means that what people do is more important than what they say. Actions speak louder than words. Now you respond. A coworker keeps saying he deserves a promotion, right? A higher position. But he arrives late, misses deadlines, and doesn't take on extra responsibilities. What could you tell him? Right, you could say actions speak louder than words. If you want a promotion, you should prove it by working harder. Actions speak louder than words. Now, what could you say in the following situation? Your colleague wants to invest all their savings in one company because he believes it will make him rich. You could say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If that company fails, you could lose everything. It's safer to invest in different places. Don't put all your eggs in one basket means not to rely on only one thing, because if it fails, you could lose everything. It's better to have different options. Have a backup plan. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now it's your turn. Could you respond? A mom is looking for a school for her child, but instead of visiting different schools, she only considers one and attends the open house only there. You might say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. What if this school isn't the best fit? You should check out a few more schools before deciding. Again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now, how would you respond in the following situation? Your friend sees a new colleague who looks very serious and doesn't smile much. He assumes the person is unfriendly and decides not to talk to him. You might say, don't judge a book by its cover. Maybe he's just shy. Give him a chance. You might find out he's really nice. So don't judge a book by its cover means that you shouldn't make a decision about someone or something based only on appearance, on their looks, on what they look like. Just like a book might have a plain or boring cover, but an amazing story inside, people and things can also be different from what they seem at first. Now it's your turn. Could you respond? Your friend walks past a small restaurant with an old sign and simple decor. Do you know the word decor? It means the color, the style, the arrangement of the objects in a room. So, with an old sign and simple decor. And she assumes the food must not be good and doesn't want to eat there. What could you say? Right, you could say, don't judge a book by its cover. Some of the best restaurants don't look fancy, but they have amazing food. Let's check the reviews first. Okay, let's look at another situation. How would you respond? Your friend is trying to decide whether to buy a new car or save money for a vacation. He wants both things, but he can't afford to do both at the same time. When you can afford something, you're able to buy or do something because you have enough money or time, right? But this friend of yours wants both things, but he can't afford to do both at the same time. Let's think of some advice. We could say, well, you can't have the cake and eat it too. If you want to save money for the trip, maybe you'll have to wait on the new car. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You can't have or do two good things at the same time. Once you eat the cake, it's gone, and you no longer have it. You must choose only one of two positive things. You can't have both for whatever reason. Having a cake is nice. Eating a cake is nice, but you can't have a cake and eat it too. Now it's your turn. How would you respond? Your children want to get great grades without studying. Can you think of some advice? You could say, hey guys, you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to get good grades, you have to study. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. Now imagine your friend says, I just lost my job and I don't know what to do next. I feel so lost and worried about the future. What could you say? You could say, I'm really sorry you're going through this. I know it's hard, but just take it one day at a time. This one day at a time means to focus on the present and not worry too much about the future. It's often used to encourage someone who is feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or going through a difficult situation. The idea is to take things step by step instead of thinking too far ahead. Just one day at a time, or take it one day at a time. Now it's your turn to respond. Imagine your friend says, I'm really scared about the chemo and radiation. It feels like too much to handle. What could you say? You could say, I can only imagine how tough this must be for you, but try to take it one day at a time. Again, take it one day at a time. Okay, well, your friend says, I saw a great job posting, but I'll apply later. I have time. What could you say? You could say you should apply as soon as possible. Many people might want this job, and the early bird gets the worm. The early bird gets or catches the worm. This phrase means that people who start early or act quickly have an advantage. You know the word advantage? It's a condition that helps you or gives you a greater chance of success. So it means people who start early or act quickly have an advantage. This phrase encourages being proactive, not waiting too long, and taking opportunities before others do. The early bird catches the worm, or the early bird gets the worm. Now, how would you respond? I really want to see my favorite singer, but I'll buy the tickets later. I'm sure there will still be some left. What could you say? You should get them now. Tickets might sell out fast. The early bird gets the worm. Now, there are some common phrases with early bird. Are you familiar with these? Early bird discount. The meaning is someone pays less because they buy or register early. It's common for event tickets, courses or workshops, travel deals. For example, register before May 1st to get the early bird discount. Are you familiar with this one? Early bird special. It means a discount or special offer available to people who buy or arrive early. So it can include a discount, or it might be something else like bonus content, free gift, exclusive access. Only some people can use or see something. This is exclusive access. It's not for everyone. It's special or limited, right? Exclusive access. Also common in restaurants. For example, a meal served earlier in the evening at a lower price. For example, let's go to the restaurant before 6 p.m. They have an early bird special with half-price meals. The next one, early bird price or early bird rate. What does it mean? Tickets sold at a lower price for people who buy them early. Okay, this is an early bird price or early bird rate. Again, tickets sold at a lower price for people who buy them early. For example, I got my concert tickets months ago at the early bird price. Now they're twice as expensive. So early bird price or early bird rate. I'm sure you're familiar with the next one, early bird registration. It means signing up early for an event, often with a lower fee. For example, I signed up for the marathon during early bird registration, so I saved some money. So early bird registration. Do you know what this phrase means, to be an early bird? I'm sure you do. A person who wakes up early or prefers to do things early in the day. For example, I wake up at 5 a.m. every day to exercise. I'm definitely an early bird. So early bird can be used to describe someone who does something before most other people, or someone who does something early in the day. For example, early bird, okay? Early bird shopper. Flyers advertise a high-end washer dryer for $600 to early bird shoppers on Black Friday. High-end, it means intended for people who want very good quality products and who do not mind how much they cost. An early bird voter. Early bird voters stand in line outside the polls. Polls are the places where people vote in a political election. Early bird voter. Early bird hiker. Pick a side away from the trail so early bird hikers don't interrupt your morning sleep. Early bird hiker. Again, early bird can be used to describe someone who does something before most other people, or someone who does something early in the day. Now here's a new situation for you. Your friend says, I love eating fast food every day, but I haven't been feeling very good lately. What could you say? Maybe you should try eating more fruits and vegetables. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. This phrase actually is a proverb that appeared in the 19th century. Means that eating healthy foods, especially fruits and vegetables, can help you stay healthy and avoid going to the doctor. It encourages people to take care of their health through good nutrition. Now it's your turn. Can you respond? A child says, I don't like apples. I want to eat only candy. How would you respond? That's right. Eating candy all the time isn't good for you. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, so let's have some fruit too. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Imagine your friend says, I'm so tired of my job. I think I'll quit tomorrow, even though I don't have another job lined up. To line something up means to prepare, to organize. To arrange something. What could you say? You could say the following. I understand, but think before you act. It might be better to find a new job first before quitting. Think before you act or look before you leap. Both phrases mean you should be careful and consider the consequences before making a decision or taking action. They encourage thinking things through instead of rushing into something without planning. Think before making a decision, right? Don't rush into things. So think before you act or look before you leap. Leap, it's a big jump, right? So use both phrases. Think before you act or look before you leap. Now it's your turn to respond. Your friend says, I found a car I love and I'm going to buy it today. What could you say? That's right. You could say this. That's exciting, but look before you leap. Or think before you act. Have you checked if you can afford the monthly payments and insurance? So think before you act or look before you leap. Let's look at the next situation. Your friend says, I'm so angry with him. I'm going to tell him exactly what I think, no matter what. Can you think of some advice? You could say this. I understand you're upset, but think before you speak. You don't want to say something you might regret later. Regret is to feel sorry, right? So think before you speak. Now, think before you speak. This phrase means to carefully consider your words and the impact they may have before you say something. It encourages people to pause and think, especially when they are about to say something important or possibly hurtful. Be just mindful of your words. Now you respond. Your colleague says, I think Kate's just lazy because she's always late. You could say, hold on. Think before you speak. You don't know the full story. There could be reasons you don't know about. Now, let's recap what we have learned in this lesson. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Actions speak louder than words. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't judge the book by its cover. You can't have the cake and eat it too. One day at a time. The early bird gets the worm. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Think before you act, or look before you leap. Think before you speak. Well, that's it. Now it's your turn. I encourage you to answer the following questions and record yourself. If you choose to send me your responses, please read each question aloud first, then provide your answer. Do not reply with just one word. Remember, the only way to learn to speak is by speaking. Share your thoughts, be creative, and express your opinion. If you send in your answers, I will listen to them and provide feedback. Have fun! Speaking prompts. Number 1. Can you think of another situation when you could say to someone, don't count your chickens before they hatch? Number 2. Do you agree that actions speak louder than words? Why? Do you have a personal example? 3. Is it always unwise to put all your eggs in one basket? 4. Have you ever experienced the truth of the idiom, don't judge the book by its cover? Share what happened. 5. Can you think of another situation when you could say to someone, you can't have the cake and eat it too? 6. Have you ever had to live one day at a time? Feel free to share if you'd like. 7. Have you ever seen the early bird gets the worm come true in your life? Share your experience. 8. Are you an early bird or a night owl? Explain. 9. Do you think an apple a day keeps the doctor away really works? 10. Do you always think before you act, or do you always look before you leap? Explain. 11. Why is it important to think before we speak? Can you give an example? Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for your attention. This is the end of part 6. Have a beautiful day. See you in the next part. Bye-bye.